Well, this is Pastor Stephen. Thank you for listening to the Daily Devo. We're talking about the world, how important it is for the world to pay attention to Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And if those days had not been cut short, no human being would be saved. For the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short. Pretty interesting. The tribulation is going to be a great time of distress for the whole world. Some people are going to get hung up on the shortening of the days. When Jesus says these days are going to be shortened, what does he mean? Well, he does not mean that these days are going to be less than 3.5 years. What he means is these days, if they would not be cut off or terminated, he means that if this period of time were to go on and on and on, if they were to last any longer, no one in the world would survive. Now, what he means is that there's not going to be a termination of the time period shorter than 3.5 years, but if it was extended, no one in the world would ever survive. If you want to know what this time is going to be like, take a peek at Revelation chapter 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to 19. The judgment is described in Revelation, and it shows exactly what Christ meant in Matthew 24. It shows us exactly what he said. The world situation is going to become incredibly severe. The fourth seal judgment is going to be opened and found in Revelation chapter 6, 7, and 8. It describes the killing of 1/4 of the world population. The sixth trumpet is going to be opened up, and it's found in Revelation chapter 9, verses 13 through 21, and it speaks of 1/3 of the world's remaining population being destroyed. The world population, oh my goodness, those two judgments alone would account for half the deaths in the world. Pay attention, wake up, take warning. And if these were not terrible enough, this period of time is going to be one disastrous event after another. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. There's going to be anguish and suffering that the world has never known. Pay attention, wake up. When the Antichrist breaks that covenant in the middle of the tribulational period, pardon my French, but all hell's going to break loose and come to earth. Blood's going to flow. It's going to be a terrible time of judgment. It's not going to be pretty. I love Romans chapter 8, verse 1. Thank God for it. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Jesus Christ. I love that verse. I hold that verse tight to my heart. The tribulation is going to be a time of great deception. It's going to be a time of great trouble and trial. In Matthew chapter 24, verses 23 through 27, it's going to be a time of deception. There have been false Christs come up, but this time is going to be a time of unparalleled deception that the world's never seen, never known. The world dictator, the false prophets, they're going to work together. They're demonic magic. Now, I believe more than magic and hocus pocus kind of stuff. I believe that this is going to be a big takeover, and I believe that AI is going to be a big part of that deception. Those who intend to listen to Jesus' advice, they're going to flee to the mountains for safety, especially during this time. It's going to be a risky business to be seen. Now, they're going to flee and they're going to hide from all the evil. They're going to live as refugees, and all these refugees, they're gonna live and hope that they can survive. Now, some of them are going to experience salvation that Christ offers during the tribulation through those tribulational preachers that are protected. But because of their faith, they're going to lose their homes, they're going to lose their possessions, they're going to have a hard time buying and selling anything. These satanic teachers are going to infiltrate the groups. They're going to try to entice them to leave their hideouts and then go back and fall into the hands of the Antichrist. I even can envision drones being used to scout out and kill people who are in hiding. Deception's coming. Evil's coming upon us. We need to be careful. We're living in a world that's in decline, not in a rise. Here's the reality of what I see Jesus teaching his disciples in Matthew 24. He said, my return is something you're not going to miss. That is essentially what he says. Jesus is reminding them that they won't have to wonder about the second coming. It's going to be like lightning illuminating the sky. In a moment, everybody's going to see it, no matter where you're at or where you're from. Like a lightning comes from the east and flashes in the west, so will the Son of Man come again. So everyone's going to see it. You won't have to scratch your head and It won't be stretched out over a long period of time. It won't be done in secret. The return of Christ is going to be a sudden, public, universal, and glorious event that all people see. Now, several weeks ago, I told you about this blue beam that I was reading about. Is there any truth to that? I don't know. But if there is, the Antichrist very well may use it to deceive the world. It's high-tech stuff. I can envision the Antichrist using this blue beam to create a deception that Messiah has come, deceiving the whole world at the beginning of the tribulation. Keep in mind, these verses are not referring to the rapture, but they're referring to the return of Christ. The Bible says that every eye will see him. Like lightning in the sky, it will not be missed. The glory of the Lord is going to illuminate the heavens. This is a glorious light, and it will announce to all who are left on the earth that Jesus will come back. The great part of this is that in Revelation, latter parts, Jesus is seen coming back with his saints. That's why I believe in the rapture. He's going to return with his saints. So we see Jesus taken up. And in Acts 1:11, it says the way he came up, went up, the way he's going to come back again. John described this event, similar terms, in Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Look, he's coming in the clouds. Everyone's going to see him, even those who pierced him. And all the peoples of the earth will mourn because of him. So shall it be. It's going to happen. The message of Christ is clear. The tribulation's pending. It's coming. Believers, beware. If you're alive in this time period, be careful, beware. You have not known trouble like you're going to see then. But you're going to know when Jesus comes back. This is Stephen. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Right here on the Daily Devo. If you got any questions, don't hesitate